Praveen, what is your role in the Environment Agency?
I'm working as a technical specialist and currently developing method on GCMS.
Could you tell us about your project?
We were analyzing passive sampling device extracts. The passive sampling device extracts were left on water course for an extended period of time, and the extracts were taken and analyzed using the software.
How did you find the product?
The software is very user-friendly, and the extracts we are getting from the passive sampling is usually contaminated with a lot of environmental matrices. So it's very difficult to analyze in a usual manner. So this software is very useful to identify the compounds even in the presence of a high matrix.
Having just installed the latest version on your PC, let me walk you through an overview of the product, as there are a lot of new features. As you know, this is the ACD Labs processor. It has the ability to take in most forms of spectroscopy as well as chromatography data from all the major instrument manufacturers. I am going to launch a wastewater sample from an Agilent instrument. This example has a large number of overlapping components. To process this file, all I need to do is hit the Analyze Me button. Alternatively, you can zoom into a smaller area of the chromatogram and just process that section. The software does baseline correction, smoothing, noise reduction, and componentizes the chromatogram into individual chemical components with the correct mass spectra. Then the mass spectra are turned into NIST format, and using MS search, each component is similarity searched from the NIST database.
Can you sequentially search multiple databases if we build our own databases?
Yes, providing it is in either NIST or ACD Labs format. In fact, we are also distributors for Wiley, and we sell the Wiley 9th edition NIST 08 in ACD Labs format. This library is huge, with approximately 800,000 spectra. The process finishes with a summary sheet in Excel. I've set the options so that the top 3 hits are displayed, and any hit with a match factor below 700 is marked as unidentified. The compound marked in yellow has also been found in the blank with a similar abundance and retention time. I have also set a component area threshold, as we do not want to be analyzing noise. So let's have a look at these 2 hits. We have a trace component eluting very closely to this larger component. So let's see how the software has handled this. If I display the chromatogram, you can see how the small component could be easily overlooked.
I usually review the hits in NIST. Can I still do that?
Yes, the deconvoluted spectra is saved to a NIST MSP file, so all you have to do is select, and you can compare the spectra to the closest library hits. Optionally, the data can be automatically stored in ACD Labs' searchable database for review. A record in the database is created for each sample and includes the peak chromatogram at the top and the pure component spectra below, along with the rendered structures, and on the right the details are taken over from NIST. The spectra in this database are live. Let's load the spectra of the compound we were looking at into the processor window. As a secondary confirmation, we can do a fragmentation assignment. If I click the auto icon, the software creates possible fragmentations and tries to assign the mass spectra to them. You can see that it has assigned 97% of the present spectra to the calculated fragments.
We usually do a batch of samples every day, it's more than one sample at a time. So can we automate a batch of samples?
You have two options. As standard, you can set up a batch once you have run a blank. But we also have a server-based option with greater automation and an interface to a LIMS.
What's next in your development plan?
We're about to release targeted analysis. This will allow you to enter a base ion and any number of confirmationary ions with their abundance, along with a retention time window. The software will do both targeted analysis as well as full scan library searching in one automated process. Semi-quantitation is another important feature we're about to release. We're also looking to add in COVATs or retention indices very shortly. Would you like me to run another of your samples while I'm here?
Yes, please.
Using IXCR, you'll be able to automate the deconvolution of overlapping components. It automates library searching of those components. It will compare a sample to a blank or a standard. A report in Excel will be produced. It'll store the sample data in a searchable database. The software has the facility for batch processing samples. It will allow the analyst to concentrate their valuable time on correctly identifying marginal library hits. And if you are doing a lot of full scan work, IXCR will significantly increase productivity.